We're days away from the end event, obviously happening this Saturday at 4 p.m. EST, which will then go into a downtime and straight into Fortnite Chapter 3. Within the last week, so many leaks and secrets have been revealed that released after our last Chapter 3 video, so let's kick it off with the Chapter 3 trailer. And I'm not kidding, last night a portion of the Chapter 3 trailer was actually leaked. This is a major spoiler, so if you don't want to watch it, I would skip ahead. Let's go ahead and roll it. Yeah, it turns out the whole catch you on the flip side theory definitely seems to be right. I mean, the entire Chapter 2 map is completely flipped upside down. Now, this seems like a snippet from the end event, but it looks mind-blowing. And it turns out it's not the only massive leak we've gotten in the last 24 hours, because The Rock has officially been confirmed as the Foundation. Okay, who remembers when we all speculated this back in Season 5? I mean, so many clues pointed to Dwayne Johnson being the Foundation. But last night on Twitter, he released a video for Zoa Energy, where he said 0 Point and Foundation in the post. And in the video, you can actually see a Foundation helmet. Check it out.
Speaking of strong, I want to say thank you guys so much for making our Zoa Energy the #1 fastest growing energy drink in the game. The whole goal with Zoa Energy is to make sure that we deliver to you guys the healthiest of clean energy, focus, and immunity.
Since then, Donald Mustard actually retweeted the post. The Foundation has been confirmed to be The Rock. And I cannot believe we got that right. But with so many new leaks, it's time we cover the end event leak details. Like I said, with the event just days away from happening, we want to know as much as possible, just so we know what we're getting into. And there are actually details out there that give us some huge info. Yes, it turns out that the upcoming Chapter 2 finale event will be a massive 15 minutes long. That is longer than both Operation Skyfire and the Rift Tour, both of which were 10 to 12 minutes long. And what's even better is at the end will support lobbies of up to 16 people, so you can gather as many friends as you want. And in the lead up to the event, we have plenty of teasers from Epic themselves about what is about to go down. Over at Pleasant Park, there has been a mysterious fort appearing over time, and just this week, it has finally completed construction. No one has any idea who's building this fort or what it's going to be used for, but it is confirmed to be playing a big part in the upcoming live event. Maybe it'll be used by the IO to reveal a secret weapon, but we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. The teases continue though, but this time with a much more secret hint that Epic left in the files for the most keen-eyed players. A few weeks ago, audio for the live event was leaked and it was to do with the Cube Queen. On the surface, this is like any other audio in the files, except if you dug a little bit deeper, there was a secret message encoded inside of the audio itself, and you just needed to analyze it. And as you saw, it makes a secret message that shows what will happen once the live event timer hits 0. The pyramid is going to shoot lightning up into the sky, and the queen will rain devastation upon the island. And speaking of her devastation, there are leaks confirming that we'll be fighting a huge caretaker boss during the event, and have to do so with special weapons, including the return of classic OG weapons from Chapter 1. We haven't seen these guys in a while, so I'm super excited. But obviously, what everyone really wants to know is what happens after the live event. We know Chapter 3 is coming, so what'll actually be in the new chapter? Well, of course, we're gonna show you. And it starts with a leak from Donald Mustard himself. The chief creative officer of Epic Games made a video last week where he revealed how much he loved Jon Jones, and in that same video, he actually revealed one of his, quote, favorite designs of Jones, and then he turned the camera and showed us this. As you can see, it is a tease that Jon Jones will actually be making a return, but won't be getting the happy ending we all want. It looks like in Chapter 3, the Imagined Order will capture Agent Jones and hold him captive inside of a prison. It might even be a Chapter 3 Battlepass skin, but I guess we'll find out as soon as next week. We also know some other amazing secrets about Chapter 3, with leakers recently revealing that it will give us a brand new UI design. Just like the upgrade from Chapter 1 to Chapter 2, next season will overhaul the entire HUD. And it looks like we already have a sneak peek at one little change already, where it seems like Epic is going to move the settings menu into the top left of the screen and merge it with the friends list. And it's not just HUD changes either. We know to expect some wild new weapons next season, and of course it's going to be jam-packed with items we have never seen in Fortnite before. And thanks to leakers, we have our first look at one of these unreleased weapons. It's actually an upcoming throwable axe, and it's going to work just like tomahawks from Call of Duty. Throw them at your enemies, but watch out because you could actually catch them as well. This will definitely be a super interesting weapon when it releases in Chapter 3. And even then, a literal throwing axe is not as surprising as what what else will be arriving next season, and that begins with a new type of wildlife that has been confirmed for Season 1. Hypex revealed insider information that seagulls will be arriving on our shores in Chapter 3, and they will be the first new wildlife we've gotten since crows. Now I gotta say this, I hope seagulls will be a little bit more useful than the crows, but I can't help but feel they're gonna be way more annoying. Luckily, they might only be found in the tropical beach area of the Chapter 3 map, so we won't have to put up with seagull noises 24/7, at least I hope. And if we're speaking of flying wildlife, then we have to bring up the flying NPC as well. And no, you didn't hear me wrong. Chapter 3 will be giving us a regular old NPC that we can talk to and buy things from, but that NPC also has the ability to fly. And I'm starting to think it might be Spider-Man, but you know, it could be literally anyone, maybe even Mr. XP Glitch over here. There's plenty more shocks in store for us though, and just this week, the Fortnite community voted to bring back an OG item into the game. It was between the proximity launcher and the flint knock, and thankfully the flint knock won, so that's in game right now. Here's the best part though, when Chapter 3 comes around next week, the flint knock might not be going anywhere. In fact, it might be better than ever. Leakers have found files that reveal an upcoming Chapter 3 weapon that acts, sounds, and looks like a buff flint knock. It'll be available in every type of rarity up to legendary. I mean, could this mean we'll have some kind of pirate POI on the Chapter 3 map? Hopefully. But if it's the island that we're talking about, then there's plenty of information on that as well. Leakers and insiders have confirmed that the Chapter 3 island is actually underneath the current map, which explains why in the Season 5 trailer, the camera flips to reveal that the IO base was upside down the whole time. But this goes even deeper. But what's even more interesting and an even cooler teaser is that the codename for the Chapter 3 island is actually Artemis. Now this sounds like nothing when you think about it, but there's a much deeper meaning here that we've discovered. If you take into account the fact that Chapter 1's island was named Athena, and Chapter 2 was codenamed Apollo, you can see the pattern already. They are ancient Greek gods. So with Chapter 2 being named Apollo and Chapter 3 being named Artemis, what does that mean? Well, we looked into it and it turns out that Apollo and Artemis are actually twin siblings, meaning the Chapter 2 and 3 islands are twins. Which does make sense when you consider the whole flip leak. And Epic haven't just been teasing Chapter 3 through codenames, they straight up revealed an upcoming mechanic a few weeks ago. Yes, out of nowhere, Epic dropped this season's FNCS skin, but instead of just releasing it like a normal item shop skin, they teased it with a whole new image. Except this loading screen is more than meets the eye. This skin is actually on his knees firing a pistol, and while this would seem like a cool pose, it is a lot more. Leakers recently found files in Fortnite that belong to an upcoming sliding mechanic, including animations that show this exact pose. So basically, in Chapter 3, we'll be able to slide around on our knees and shoot at the same time, and Epic teased it right here in this loading screen. But they went even further. If you look in the background, you could actually see a brand new POI that we have never seen before. Either they created their own original POI just for this loading screen, or we are looking at a Chapter 3 location right here. Either way, it's kind of cool. But what everyone is really excited about in Chapter 3 will be the upcoming Christmas holidays, which Fortnite is planning on celebrating massively. For everyone who loved Winterfest 2019, you will be overjoyed to hear that Winterfest is returning in 2021, and it'll bring back the daily presents and challenges that we got last time around. You have to admit, the 2020 holiday event was super underwhelming, so it's exciting to hear Winterfest is coming back. It is one of the best seasonal events Fortnite has ever done, and Chapter 3 is about to give it to us once more. Yet another feature that has been requested time and time again has been completely ignored by Epic in Chapter 2. When they first added wildlife, especially raptors and wolves, we all thought these guys were going to be rideable pets that would help us get around the island and attack unsuspecting enemies. Well, instead, they attacked us, and there's no way to ride them at all. To this day, we have been begging Epic to let us ride animals, but our calls have gone unanswered. Well, that is until now. Yes, leakers have found that Chapter 3 will give us an unreleased item known as the saddle. We'll be able to place the saddle on any animal we want, and it'll let us ride them, choose enemies to attack, and a lot more. In fact, even bots will be able to ride animals. Let me tell you, oh man, we are going to have a lot of fun myth busting next season. And that starts with the leaked skins that will be coming next season. In just the next 3 weeks, we are going to be getting 3 huge collaborations, and it might even be 1 per week. Chapter 3 Season 1's Battle Pass is confirmed to have Spider-Man in it by leakers, and he'll get his own mythic web slinger too. This has been a long time coming. But so has another collab which Epic revealed last month. Boba Fett, one of the most famous Star Wars characters of all time, will be arriving on the Chapter 3 island on Christmas Eve this year to promote his new Disney Plus show, and he'll be joined by Neo from The Matrix. This means next week we'll give us Spider-Man, the week after we'll be getting The Matrix, and then straight after that we have Boba Fett. That's along with Winterfest and the new Chapter 3 map, so the internet is about to shatter. It's not just collabs either. There was a huge list of leaked skins a few months ago, and they include outfits like a Winter Sloan, Christmas-themed skins like an anime girl and Christmas Jonesy, as well as some straight-up awesome designs like this clown and this guy who has a mop for a head. There's some terrifying stuff in here. And that is everything we know about Fortnite Chapter 3. Let me know one thing you guys would like to see in Chapter 3 down in the comments below, and please subscribe if you haven't already. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.